that way. I'm actually trying to find a new grind spot in EverQuest. It didn't exactly go well, but it was nice to explore like the old times, you know? So, anyway, just in case you didn't catch Bitcoin Clown World from this morning, hopefully everyone had a good weekend. I definitely did. And I'm definitely much more motivated to code. Even though it's still pretty hard mentally, but I just realized that I'm actually almost finally done with my beginner course. And that shooter game that the tutorial's having me make is actually pretty nice. It actually looks like a real game. So it's going to be pretty awesome when, I get to finally actually work on the Battle Royale, which I kind of have to hurry on too, because I actually need to pump out another game so I can start protecting my trademarks better. So that's how it goes. Alright, let me make sure social icons, Brave browser, yep. So anyway, I'm constantly being more aware of what Steve Jobs used to say. Though I think he didn't actually say it, but that movie's Pirates of Silicon Valley, really good movie. And I tweeted about it, but there's this scene in that movie at the beginning where Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs are actually like trying to flee the cops because they're I think it was like Kent University or whatever college they went to, because they were everyone was protesting the Vietnam War, so the riot cops come in and like tear gas everyone. So once both Steves make it to like some safety inside some building, Steve Jobs tells Wozniak that, they think as in the hippies, the protesters, think they are revolutionaries. They're not. We are, because obviously Steve already knew back then that like what they were working on was gonna change the whole world, and they really did. And that's what I think of whenever I think of like politics these days too. So, not like, all these right-wing people, I think they're fighting the culture wars. Just broadly speaking, no, they're not. They think they are, but they're really not. They don't produce anything of value, all right? And it's actually kind of the same thing with shit libs too. They don't produce anything of value, but the liberals don't have to, because they already have actual creative types making stuff, so they just need foot soldiers. So shit libs will happily and stupidly follow blindly. Conservatives don't have that luxury, because all we have is foot soldiers and nobody creating actual, like, real stuff. So that's why I'm going to change that dynamic somewhat. Powered by bot at Amazon, it's you against the machine. Yeah, well, there's going to be plenty of articles like that in the future. Oh, I gotta say that I went live, so I gotta tweet this. First things first, though, just gonna refresh these buffs. Okay. Yeah, we're good there. Alright, live now, HTTP. Oh yeah, and Right Wing Watch got banned by YouTube, so good day for crypto so far. Let me farm these hashtags. Yeah, Right Wing Watch got banned by YouTube permanently, so that made my day. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Okay, so let's see, what's the markets up to? I was playing games, I was thinking about the trademarks, I was thinking about DeFi and crypto, and of course I was coding. So, I don't really know what's going on. I mean, I know it was doing okay, so. Alright, bonds are good. Where's Dixie? A little bit up, not much. Yeah, Bitcoin's kind of sputtering around 34.5K. It's like trying to go up, but not really. Bank is shit. ExxonMobil did shit. I think oil went down today, though. Yeah. Yeah, it actually went down a lot. But it was going straight up. And then, of course, NASDAQ's doing well. So that's actually a good sign. Facebook wins dismissal of Federal Trade Commission's antitrust case. By FTC and attorney generals. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, big tech companies own everything. Let's see, Morgan Stanley doubles dividend, boosts share buyback. That's exactly what Greg Manarino said, because everyone's awash with cash except you and me. Hopefully, though, DeFi is taking a big chunk of that, though, and redistributing it back to us. Okay, I don't really care about the other stuff. Did Greg post his new video yet? 2 minutes ago, yes, he did.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like a record high at all. Doesn't NASDAQ do pretty well? Alright, no thanks. Double record high for stocks. So I guess this is an all-time high for the NASDAQ, so that's good. That should be very good for crypto and Bitcoin. I don't care about precious metals. 10-year yield. Alright, so what did bonds do today? They got bought up somewhat today. Yeah, probably because like S&P and Dow did. God, this is so annoying scrolling through all this crap. S&P and Dow were, yeah, there's a little bit of fear, but not much. It's fading. Let's go into crypto first. Hey guys, Waza, American supremacist. Nice to see the usuals here. So Ethereum's going up by a lot. But that's because the London hard fork might possibly be coming this week. It's definitely coming in July, mid-July or so, according to Cryptos R Us. So this thing is just pre-pricing it in now. And that's actually good too, because hopefully Ethereum will pull up all the other cryptocurrencies too, along with it. Bitcoin's alright, Dogecoin, I know Pancake Swap and yeah, this is doing alright, and Merlin are recovering too. So just about everything's recovering pretty well. So any of these major coins that you're in should be doing pretty well today. Let's see. I actually need to try to administer my second computer. I also have to buy some more Ethernet cables, because I was trying to access a website that doesn't let that bans Americans. So I wanted to use my second computer to do it, because if I turn on my proxy on this computer, it cuts me off from EverQuest, because it's such an old game that it doesn't actually know how to retunnel or renegotiate packets. It's that old of a game. Bitcoin short-term setup is challenging, so JP Morgan's doing more FUD. Stupid F words. Indian crypto. Wait, this is from last time, isn't it? No, same thing. I did tweet about the billionaire Mexican guy who owns, like, I think the third largest bank. I forgot what Cryptos R Us said. And I just simply retweeted a random article that I found on Google News about it. But yeah, like, this guy called fiat currency a total fraud, so that's really good for us. Price analysis, no, don't care. Foreign central bank coins, coins unlikely to threaten the American dollar, says the Fed vice chair. Yeah, I'm not really surprised. I mean, they could, but at least, they're getting a little complacent. Yeah, because everyone still wants the US dollar. The only problem is it's just too much of it's being printed. And people who want it don't have it. That's not the same as, the dollar shit, go get something else kind of thing. Fifth buy signal in Bitcoin history. Yeah, there's like a million buy signals. So when is this piece of shit coin like gonna go up? Like, it does look like it's making progress. And with Ethereum leading the way, yeah, it's like, can it hurry up already? Now the problem is, like I said this morning, and I think I might have said this Friday, it's a holiday weekend this coming week again, because it's July 4th. Right? We weren't supposed to have a Juneteenth, but that was a holiday weekend, and that completely screwed up the momentum too. Very annoying. But July otherwise should be a very powerful month. I cannot see how the Ethereum thing will go well. Chinese miners are starting to come back. Bitcoin difficulties dropping around 23 to 25% this week because of the after effects of China Bitcoin bans. I mean, there's just so much fundamental high pressure that it has to spike. Like, you just can't suppress this anymore. And on top of that, the stock to flow is now way below what it's supposed to be. Right now, stock to flow is supposed to be like 78 to 81 grand. We're at like 35K. It's like right now, Microsoft was like $50, and it's still $50, but the fundamentals didn't change. It's like, what the hell's going on? Where was I? Yeah, the shorts on Bitfinex got clobbered, so that's good. Crypto custody license so Germany is allowing Coinbase in. ICP lugs a revenge recovery. Yeah, that thing went up a lot. I'm only gonna buy it after the crash. I don't want to buy it now because it's a globalist coin. That's why I don't like it. It's totally globalist coin and backed by globalists, so I don't want that. And like, I think it's also backed by Morgan Stanley, so I don't want to touch that. With that being said, ICP is probably a really effing good buy. So Morgan Stanley also owns Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, but Morgan Stanley doesn't really shit on Bitcoin much though. JP Morgan does, because they're fucking assholes. New York Fed president says crypto poses challenging questions for central banks. Yeah, so central banks are doing their usual things. Bank runs things unless for all stable coins. Yeah, I am looking at creating my own DeFi platform. The problem is, because it's DeFi, I would have to remain anonymous, so you would never know which pool I'm running. And it will not be a stable coin, that's for sure. So, but I definitely see the potential in DeFi now. So it's going to be pretty expensive for me to do it, but assuming the guy I'm thinking about hiring is not a scam, I think it'll go pretty well. Okay, I don't care about cryptocurrency options. Those things literally never freaking moved. The past like couple of months we were tracking it. So I'll look at Nick's thing real quick and then let's see what the video says. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is where I found out about Right Wing Watch. Huh. Yeah. Funny. Yeah, and yeah, conservatives better not be simping for freaking Right Wing Watch. Like these are the assholes that got all the right wing people, and I'm pretty sure Alex Jones banned. So it's just so frustrating. Oh, and Donald Trump's now on Rumble, but that's because they changed their terms of service to ban anti-Semitism explicitly, so you can no longer criticize Israel. Yeah, I thought that was already in effect, so I already operated under that assumption. But now we know it's like 100%. Veterans Pella benefits, well, good. Definitely get that. Anything that you can get from the government, good, because then you'll use it to, reinforce yourself. Tribe on Rumble, Trump is compromised. Trump is just retarded, right? I don't have to worry about grifting off of Trump supporters, so I can say the truth. Trump is just retarded, and his balls are held by Jared Kushner. That's literally it, right? It's like what Andre Wang says on the Daily Wire at SU, right? Trump is basically a massive liability. He is a huge liability. And whatever Q used to be, well, now they're also a huge liability now too, right? So, like Nick Fuentes is fighting for his life, essentially. I'm trying to like get my shit right up and running with my video game stuff. See, that's the thing. Once I come out with my game, with the exception of you guys, which fucking conservatives are actually gonna like help me push that game simply because of the culture war angle, right? Because they all keep bitching about that, but they never fucking do anything. It's like a total fraud. It's totally gonna go into my TV show Seditionist when if I ever get that far. So it's like I get no benefit from being a conservative and all the downsides of it. And then conservatives wonder why nobody wants to be a conservative or a Christian. Like that's exactly why. There's like zero empathy and zero effing support. And then this is exemplified by Donald Trump's behavior, which makes it even worse. Yeah, it's not just the boomers, but it's just the way conservatives are. It's like we're too rugged, and we're too individualistic. This show has become an echo chamber. To be honest, need to reinforce your connections with America first. Well, unfortunately, really not. Yeah, I figure. Well, this is obviously going to. Oh, wait, you mean the stream has like what 5-10 people? But I mean, I don't really cover political shit too much anymore either, because that's a dead end nowhere. And then I lose everything else, so there's no point in me making the game afterwards. Yeah, but I mean, there's not much I can do. I mean, it's Nick's thing, not mine. I'm not sure at the moment. I don't know. What do you mean by that? I mean, this thing is still mostly an economic show now, at least until I get my video game up. Then I'll probably still talk about video games and don't burn yourself out yet. Well, I'm not burning myself out yet, but I'm just getting frustrated with the current situation. It's primarily because Bitcoin is still like jerking off at this level. Like things will change for the better so much more if this dumb shit would finally take off, which of course it doesn't. Yeah, I mean that is what I'm doing. Holding, making more plays, and expanding. Like I said, like a big thing I'm working on is actually the DeFi thing, which I can't tell you guys about. All right, and then I've pretty much figured out how to deal with the trademark issue. I just have to wait for. I already filed the trademarks over the weekend, and I also commissioned some really nice art. But I want to wait until the USPTO actually processes the trademarks I filed. Like it shows up in their actual system. I think that takes like a couple of days at least. Yeah, pretty much. More options would be nice. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't like the idea of canceling yourself from society. That's like one big like I've actually talked about this before. It's one of the reasons why I did not like Greg Manorino censoring himself off of the internet. That's exactly what they want. You're doing the job, all the hard work for them. You want to make them ban you, right? Because what do I always say? If conservatives just boycott and leave, then the shit libs just move in and take everything over, and that's exactly what always happens. So you have to occupy the space. There's a reason why I haven't given up streaming. That's why I still keep uploading shit, right, to YouTube or whatever, because I want to make them ban me and push us off of the internet, right? And every day they don't do that, I gain more territory by simply occupying the space. It's the same thing with Rumble. And in fact, Nick Fuentes has figured that out too. That's why he's streaming on there. Though I suspect his time is going to be short-lived because, they're going to eventually ban Nick for, anti-Semitism or whatever retarded bullshit they come up with. Well, it's more than if you give them an inch, they'll take everything. Not just a mile, they take everything, right? Why do you think there's so many shit libs invading Steam, right? That's another perfect example. And I'm really glad that the Factorial devs really stood up to them. And I even checked them. I even checked their thing, their Steam discussion forums, right? They have basically a 10 out of 10 Steam rating, and there's only one thread about the review bombing, and that's where all the shit libs are congregating, which are then going into a debate, quote unquote, with like the non-retards. So, it works out pretty well. In my case, though, I'm probably going to have way more shit libs than people supporting me, so I'm just going to have to start deleting and banning everyone. And of course, my game will probably suffer like, I'm going to say maybe anywhere from 20 to 60% negative reviews. And they're all just going to be bitching about how, like, oh, this guy's a Trump supporter, blah, blah, blah. Just download it. I kind of wish Steam would actually ban people who did that. Down back... Oh, wait, I already read that. Alright, I need to check on my second computer so I can shut it off and save power. So, what does this say?
Everybody, it's me, Gregory Manorino. It is Monday still, June 28th, 2021. What happened today? Not one, but two new record highs for this market yet.
I think it's a prime example, not backing down on almost every service tonight, only it's still going strong and its movement grows larger every day. Yeah, pretty much. The problem is I can't afford to do that because I actually need those mainstream services, right? Like, do you think I know the first thing about hosting an actual web server and then sending bandwidth so you can play a multiplayer game? Like, it's just completely impossible. Also, there's no point because Nick is so much better at the whole politics game and he's a lot younger, right? As for me, well, no one I know in our sphere can program, right? I think before that was, what was his name, Shaladay, but he dropped dead because of some medical thing he had. So, It would make no sense for me to, follow the same path as what Nick's doing. And then Mike Cernovich, cucked out. If you read that article from Daily Wire today, he actually, Andre Wang actually went over that. Like Jack Posobiec and Mike Cernovich used to be very, pro, like, hey, look what's happening to whites, and then all of a sudden, they get those quote unquote phone calls. So, yeah. Apparently, Nick has a team of experienced coders who volunteer. Oh. No, I'm pretty sure he's paying them. But I definitely would like some of those coders too. So, I don't know. But, I'll figure it out. Alright.
Yes.
And that's the other reason why I want crypto to go up, so I can actually hire programmers to help me with the effing game too.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to be the best coder, right? I can get started, I can get to the middle, but to really get that good polish, I really need a professional programmer. I mean, it's just good. Like, I just don't have time to like figure out how to do this. It's going to take like years. Much cheaper to just hire someone who knows what they're doing. And it's a lot faster too, because obviously, you know how entitled us gamers are. Chris Rufo said CRT is not anti-white. All the gatekeepers are getting calls about addressing as such. Good, because it is anti-white, and it's also a distraction from anti-white. That's why I have that thing pinned to my Twitter. I'm not saying you push politics. I'm just saying that giving the left anything over you is bad. Well, yeah, obviously. But the thing is, the left just takes shit from you, so you have to react. Otherwise, they'll just keep stealing from you. It's like, a dangerous minority just steals your car. I mean, obviously, you're gonna have to do something about that. Yeah. All right. Let me administer my second computer.
S&P 500 hit a new all-time record high today. The Nasdaq new record high today. As a matter of fact, on my website, traderschoice.net, I have my most recent stock picks right at the top of the second page. Link in the description of this video. If you had gotten in on those, you did very well today. They've been up there for several days. Facebook alone put on over 4%. Congratulations to all of you, my lions out here who got in on those, and to those of you who subscribe to my free newsletter. Also, link in the description of this video. We are indeed ripping the face off of this market. It's not going to stop. We are winners. All right. So, again, new record highs for this market. Not a surprise to you. A big shock to, I guess, a lot of YouTubers out here who are calling for tops and crashes.
It still needs to update
You can't
more
make it
shit.
up. You can't do it. It's impossible to do. They have no idea what they're talking about. And
Game of attrition. Gen Z youngsters are radical. LOL. Mini Waza. Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, yeah, I mean, young people in general just don't actually naturally see that far ahead because they're young. So, but I mean, that's also why we send them off to war, because we want them to not look ahead, because if they did, then they wouldn't be in the war. Yeah. But in this case, we kind of do need young people to like have, especially if they're below the age of 25, to kind of just go crazy. Because it actually turns out that that part of your brain that assesses risks and makes you more cautious, that's the last part of your brain to develop. And that does not develop until you hit the age of 25. So I actually expect Nick Fuentes to kind of, interesting enough, start changing the way he operates once he hits 25, 26. Right now he's like 22 and a half, I think, or something like that. So we still got another good 3 years, which would make this the 2024 presidential election, which of course doesn't matter because they're just gonna rig everything. They're returning the good times, sick of global peanuts. Yeah, we all do, but believe it or not, you're just not gonna be able to do it by just pissing people off. Right? There's a lot of reasons why. Look, remember, I'm in my late 30s. I've seen all this shit. All right? I know where this ends. All right? And none of it's going to work. All right? But I do know what will work. if I work on this fucking game? All right. If I keep pushing cryptocurrencies, why? All right. If you push crypto, it attacks the tribal financial system. That's the source of all their financial power. You take that out, then with my game, then I actually do. I'm not gonna say, but I'm older, much older. All right, I'm an old man. I don't look it because of Asian genetics, but I am an old man. And I am losing a lot of weight, actually. I weighed myself today, I'm 176.6. I am losing a lot of fat. So, I'm going to have my health back very quickly. This plant paradox diet is really freaking good. I'm in my mid-30s, yeah. Yeah, I can kind of tell that you're older simply by what you guys are saying. Why? Actually, I'm on YouTube, so I better not say that. But yeah, I know what blank boy summer. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then the culture shit. I mean, that's what my video game is, right? Conservatives would just fucking support actual like non-political content creators like myself, or maybe even Emerson, right? He's a good artist. Things would be so much freaking easier, but they're not. A good example actually was when I actually I mean it's back and buried, but when I retweeted the Factorio devs, I got like what 2 likes and maybe 1 retweet, right? It's like conservatives are just so fucking tone deaf with culture shit, and it really just boggles my mind, So yeah.
And it's very sad because they are putting people in the wrong spots. And that's hurting everyone. Anyway, so ignore them. Lovely. All right, with regard to this market, let's look at a few other things. Cryptocurrencies today, higher across the board. Gold and silver today. Gold, a fractional gain. Silver put on a decent gain today. Dollar, fractionally higher. But that will not last. You just wait. Wait till you see what's going to happen to the dollar relatively soon. It's going to crater. This knee-jerk higher that is still persisting after, again, the Fed promised to,
it didn't even go up that much
promised,
today.
said they may raise rates in 23. Ain't happening. Dollar's going to fall, and the dollar's going to fall hard. All right. Crude oil today.
I don't think that's such a good idea, but all right, man. I'm gonna go after this and drive really fast in my car. If you actually have some pent up, angry, masculine like thing you want to vent out, maybe you should consider like taking up like boxing or like some physical sport. That'll allow you to vent productively. Or you could, I guess, lift more weights. That could work too. Yeah. Actually, it's England, so you're probably not even allowed to do anything masculine, right? Nah, just vibing. Yeah. Well, it's gonna get worse. So, yeah, because everything's being suppressed. I'm used to living under an oppressive regime, so this is like nothing to me. But I guess to other people it could be difficult. I like to join the gym again, though. Good point. Brits are being shut down. Yeah, I think they're still shut down, man. Like Boris Johnson just turned out to be a massive effing F word.
People, I hate calling tops, and I'm not calling a top here. But crude hitting $74 a barrel did pull back a little bit. Crude is going higher, much higher.
Yeah.
But
Boris is a piece of shit.
I would not be surprised. In fact, I would welcome it. A pullback in.
The only thing I resent is that he calls himself a conservative, and most people think that's what conservatives are, and that just makes more people hate us. And we don't need that.
The price of crude oil. However, when you have U.S. airstrikes, which happened yesterday, I forgot to mention this earlier. So U.S. Let me read this to you.
Oh yeah, we're bombing
U.S.
Iraq
airstrikes
and Syria,
on Iranian-backed militias in Syria and Iraq. Well, that there will put a floor under crude oil. They won't let it fall. You have to understand that crude oil is, as you well know, the lifeblood of the military-industrial complex. So airstrikes, bombings, whatever, blocking, the Suez Canal, whatever they got to come up with. And if it's not big enough, they're going to do something bigger to keep at least a floor under crude oil. Let's put that into perspective real quick. The worst performing sector of the market today was energy. Duh! Why? Well, because crude oil fell. The unholy trinity. And despite the fact that we had a new record high for the S&P 500 and a new record high for the NASDAQ, the Dow fell under pressure, okay, whatever. But these gains were muted because of the fall in crude oil. The 10-year yield remained stable, a slight gain in the dollar, okay. But that drop in crude, a muted drop after, we, of course, the United States is, performing airstrikes on parts of the world.
They are waiting for the new arrivals in Europe to get legal status before they only vote for Sadiq Khan at all levels of the government. Same strategy here. I mean, really what it is the tribe is just trying to... I gotta be careful how I say this. I mean, you guys already know, but they're trying to attack white people, essentially. They're using non-whites to do it. I mean, that's all the tribe's doing.
World where we depend on crude oil. Well, again, the game is always the same story. It will not change. And crude oil will go higher. But again, I would love to see it pull back. I would love to see it pull back. However, I still believe ExxonMobil is a buy here.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Remind me about the Merlin pool thing. It's actually going pretty well. So make sure you guys remind me about that. But I want to get through this video first because I keep pausing it and shit.
For my Lions. The financials, the banks, you gotta buy the banks. JP Morgan, it's right on my website. Again, please go look at this. Right on the top of the second page of my website, traderschoice.net. Link right down here. You will see my top stock picks right now. I added a new one today, ticker PG. I fired that out to my Lions via my newsletter. So subscribe to my newsletter. There's also a link to that.
But with DeFi, why the hell would I ever get stocks ever again?
You're not going to lose. I will not let you lose. Period. The end. Just not happening. Let me see what else I jotted down on my little pad here today. There's all this talk about these new regulations.
Well, what about the trademark MTV, like music television? I mean, aren't they going to get kind of mad about that? MTV is a very powerful trademark, I'd imagine.
That are going to go into effect. Is it gonna hurt gold and silver? I think it's a nothing burger anyway. I'll be honest with you. Why would I say that? Because the price action of gold and silver is not real at all whatsoever. There's no price discovery mechanism. So whatever they got to do, let them play their game, people. We're going to continue to play our game. What we do understand is, again, we are in a very unique moment in time. And a lot of double talk out of the mouths of Federal Reserve presidents. You see, you have to understand what the Fed does all the time. They have a group of freaks on this side coming out publicly saying one thing. Then they have a group of freaks on the other side coming out saying the polar opposite. So this mechanism here of keeping people off balance is deliberate, all right? But you have to cut through the dog shit. Once you're able to cut through the dog shit, you can clearly understand what's going on, where we're going, the end game of the Federal Reserve, and they, again, have not begun to inflate. They haven't even started yet.
Oh, okay.
So there will not be a rate cut anytime soon. The Fed is going to increase asset purchases moving forward. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
See, this is why I want to get into DeFi and then start making my own tokens, because I could do this shit too. I mean, maybe. Isn't there a read more? At this point, everyone's copying and pasting code, but I mean, this looks like this could be a halfway decent speculative play, right? I mean, ranked number 692. That's actually pretty good. And this is on, oh, it's on stupid Ethereum. Really don't like Ethereum. And they have an audit from Certic too. Alright, so that's not bad. Yeah, it looks like it's following exactly the same pattern as the bull run before the stupid correction. Yeah, this is not bad. It's down 33% from the high. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but yeah. But I mean, if you can get it, I mean, it'll probably do okay. People which are called by my name shall humble themselves, pray, seek my face, charge from their wicked way, and then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Yeah, we're kind of working on that. Especially the turn people from their wicked ways. That's it's a lot easier said than done, unfortunately. Well, the good news is, I mean, Jesus Christ solved my trademark and money problem, so, I mean, he's still on our side. So we got that going for us. I don't know. How do we get people to turn from their wicked ways? I mean, I'm thinking we don't. We just let them blow themselves up, essentially. Right? I put out a tweet where, like, during a gay pride parade, yeah, this one, like, they beat up the hot dog, some old guy and his hot dog vendor for some reason. I don't want to play it because, you know, it's going to be on YouTube, but yeah, it's like there's just no reason for it. So yeah. But I mean, hey, Right Wing Watch got banned, so I think things are turning. All right, things are going to be turning. All right, I mean, we'll still have to probably go through more pain, and we're going to need more Vaseline. But I think I think things are going to be looking on the up and up. That could also just be my own bias, because I know my life's going to be on the up and up. So.
And the continual flow of bad economic news, and we're going to get a whole bunch more this week, will continue to prop the stock market up. That's all the market wants to hear. You have to understand that. If the stock market were to hear even one piece of real, actual good news on the economy.
Are you serious? Oh, that's so G word, man. Maybe Nick talked about it. Are you sure about this? I mean, this must have literally just broke like a few minutes ago. Yeah. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, so far. Damn. Alright, well, I'm going to quote retweet that so people now know that those F word Matars are back, up and running. Well, I enjoyed it for a few hours, so I mean, we've gotten that.
The stock market will crater. Again, the only thing driving this market is the Fed. Nothing else matters. I explained this a million times to you. Nothing else matters. You could turn on.
But as much as I don't, I mean, at this point, I don't even think we're going to be watching this video, but as much as obviously I don't like the shit lips, the real problem ultimately really is just the conservatives. I mean, plain and simple. That's why, when things settle down a little bit, I'm going to be focusing 100% on dealing with the conservative problem. I just don't know what the best solution is, though. So.
On CNBC, Fox Business, and blah, blah, blah down. And they're going to tell you about earnings and PE ratios and this, that. They don't mean nothing. Zero.
I hope this rapper's not too loud.
It's all the Fed. You know that. Anyway, so let's let you and I, for a moment, take a deep breath here. Let's put this together. All right. New record high today for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. The Dow fell under pressure. Boeing's got all kinds of problems. Okay, we already know that. They have a new issue with getting the 777X certified. It's getting put off for what?
You know, I mean, sadly, we do have to get this. Word out. Uh, I have the camera off, but you can't see my face.
Whatever reason, and
Yeah.
that did hit the stock. Um, but you have to also understand that Boeing is a part of the military-industrial complex, and they will get bailed out, back door, front door, propped up, government contracts, whatever it is. You know, they are part of the merger between this new American government and these corporate entities. You know what this is? It's fascism here. Our votes don't matter. Nothing matters. We don't matter. All that matters is again the continual wealth transfer effect that is going on here. The middle class being robbed blind by suppressed rates. The Fed will keep doing that until the middle class is completely erased.
I
The one
can't read that out
percenters, the
loud,
well-off
but
people getting richer and richer as this thing free falls, and that's just where we're going. It should be as obvious can be to you. But again, you and I, we're not going to lay down to this. We're gonna beat them at their own twisted game because we know exactly what they're going to do and why they're doing it. So you and I could not possibly be sitting prettier in this environment. That's pretty much the entire lovely thing. All right, people, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you found this somewhat the truth. We are so far ahead of the curve. This rolls over, we're going to be on the right side. I are capitalizing on the entire spectrum. In this environment of risk on, meaning, you know, the market just keeps hitting record high, record high, record high. You and I are looking at assets that are risk off. This is what the smart money does, okay? And you and I are capitalizing on the entire spectrum. Yes, we're in this market. We're buying the market. We're trading the market at the same time. We're looking at suppressed assets for when this rolls over. Physical gold, physical silver, and yes, cryptocurrencies. You understand? We got it covered. We are sitting so pretty. I don't know what to do with myself. I really don't. All right, anyway, that's it, people. Look, this guy loves you a lot. I mean that, and I can't.
Well, the DeFi is working really well. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go because I actually need to make food. I'm like freaking hungry. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going over. I completely forgot. And I was about to not cover this because I remember you were wanting to know about that. So yeah, it's actually going really well. The impermanent loss thing, yeah, we don't actually care about that because the APR is just so much higher. And on top of that, both Merlin and Binance Coin have to go up 500% for you to lose 25% of all those gains. That is so effing little. And obviously, Binance Coin and Merlin are not anywhere near even at the original 100%. Now, I did cover this in Bitcoin Clown World this morning, so what you really have to look out for is withdrawing your Merlin Binance Coin LP token or any really of these hybrid liquidity pool tokens and then selling it when it's below what you paid for it originally. Then you actually not only take an actual loss, but you actually take big losses. So that's actually the real risk. So if you know that you don't need to sell anytime soon, doing these liquidity pools is actually the smartest thing you could probably do. Now, would I still be willing to take all my money that's in my auto cake here and put it into this? The numbers actually say a resounding yes, but do I feel comfortable doing that? No, not really. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm taking all my sweet daily profits that I'm getting from Cake and Merle and the auto cake and putting it 100% into this liquidity pool. So I get the best of both worlds. And in fact, the money is growing pretty fast in here too. And I'm actually I think I might actually be at the point now where I can compound this pure Merlin every single day, especially at today's gas prices, because it only costs 30 cents. Let's see, let me find out. How much is it to claim this? I'm going to go on Chrome to check. 0.001935 Binance coin. So basically it costs like 58 cents to claim it, and then you got to deposit it, which costs 30 cents. So it's a total of 90 cents to compound this. So if I'm getting one Merlin every 24 hours, I'm making $15.28 a day, and then subtract 90 cents for the fees, and then I can compound this, and then I actually get true 993 whatever percent APR. Now I'm still gonna just basically do this every like 2-3 days because I basically want my big chunk of money to compound when I get my auto cake rewards, right? Just to save on fees, and just because I want the numbers to get big, because it's kind of because 90 cents out of $15.28 is actually kind of a big deal as a percentage, right? Let's hope web calculator is actually working and not spurting out. How do I calculate this? 90 cents divided by 15.28? Is that how I do it? Yeah. I'm losing 5.9% of my daily 24-hour income to fees. That's a big number. That's a lot. And I don't even factor in how much money I lose converting, Merlin into Binance coin or cake into Binance coin or blah, blah, blah. There's going to be a little bit of loss in that too, right? Because there's always a spread in the trades. So the bigger the numbers I can work with, the lesser impact the fees are going to have. So you have a small amount of money, yeah, I would definitely do the liquidity pool here. If you have a large amount of money like me and you're a little nervous, then I would probably stick with auto cake. And then put like a portion of that into the Merlin liquidity pool, so you get the best of both worlds. So you won't make the most amount of money, but you'll sleep better at night. Because I mean, first of all, even auto cake on its own already makes a crap load of money. Now you want even more money doing this, the liquidity pool. So take your pick. And then now that I think I can create a site like this at PancakeSwap. And I can't tell you what it is, right? Because by the nature of it being DeFi and probably pissing off all the governments of the world, yeah, I could create something like this on my own, right? And then it's going to be my ass making like, hundreds of millions of freaking dollars. And you would never know, You would never know. No one would ever know, right? That's why when I think about Jesus Christ, I really do understand the whole Christ in glorying in Christ, but there's no fame in it or something like that. I'm pretty sure there's a Bible passage about it. So if I really had a choice, I mean, I would love to have the fame, but at the end of the day, the glory is way more important because that's actually what you can, work with. If you're just famous, well, what happens when you, become like Ali Akbar, right? You get banned from everything. Well, gee, he has nothing, right? So it's a cautionary tale. I'll check my finances and see. Yeah, so my recommendation again is a little bit of money. Yeah, sure. Whatever is considered a little bit of money to you. Liquidity pool all the way. Just understand that you will not be withdrawing your liquidity token pools for a long time, right? Because of impermanent loss. So it's going to have to stay in here. You have a large amount of money, like me. I mean, if you're feeling like the gambling, high risk type, you could go all in a liquidity pool and you'll make all your money back in like 45 days, I think, especially with daily compounding, and then just pull out all your initial capital. That could work too. I have been thinking about doing that too, but to be honest, I don't know if I want to do that. Bosif, hey, I hardly see you here. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's your... Oh, I better not say for OPSEC reasons, but yeah, that's your... Yeah. Oh, well, he's finally here. Ali is canceled big time. Ouch. Yeah, especially after Millie Weaver did that hit piece on him, saying that he was working with left-wing groups. Though I think, to be honest, it's just because Ali's just retarded, so he didn't know any better. But, I mean, I don't like him anyway, so whatever. So yeah, he's probably a non-factor. I'm sure he'll be back though, especially if he's smart. Even if he uses a fraction of his IQ to buy more Bitcoin. I got a good chunk of cash into Cake Auto compounding. Yeah, that's a safe bet, and still not bad. You're getting 156%. Now I still have not figured out what makes this thing go up and down, because what makes it go up and down is the same thing that makes it also go the other way. So I really have no idea what makes this. Yeah. I just staked 480 bucks or so into pancake swap. Well, that's good, you know. So you guys have it so lucky, man. You have an old asshole experienced person like myself to tell you all the ropes and you just go do it. I didn't have any of this shit. I had to figure it all out on my own and then lose all my money. It really sucks, man. But, you know, that's just how it goes, right? So, well, at this point, I think I might be repeating myself. So, you know, there you have it. I mean, there's probably other better pools, but I want to stick with Binance Smart Chain because it's got cheap gas fees. That's why I don't want to touch Ethereum or anything related to Ethereum. Now, I'm kind of hoping maybe the London hard fork that's happening soon might help alleviate the gas prices. I'm not going to hold my breath. But again, things are very fluid. Protocols and blockchains and software is constantly being upgraded, so it can totally change. And it will change, right? It's 100% guaranteed. I just don't know when. Auto cake is good and easy. Yeah, exactly. And more importantly, it's safe. Don't forget that. It's safe. I'm willing to do a liquidity pool because I'm willing to do a little bit more risk to get a lot more reward. It's worth it to me. You know? In fact, I might withdraw a portion of my auto kick and put it all in the liquidity pool too. So I'll be putting in more money in the liquidity pool. I think I might do that in the next 3-day cycle, but I have to do the math and then I'll let you guys know. Because again, I'm not telling you how much money is in here, but it's a sizable portion. It's a sizable portion. Okay, it's safe. I just thought the number APY didn't look as high as others, but obviously too high is sus. Well, usually if it's too high, that's usually an indicator of suspicion, right? That's why it's sus. However, the reason why it's just simply high is because there's not a lot of liquidity, so the rewards are higher. I mean, I don't actually really fully understand it, and there's more people coming in, right, which lowers the APR. I'm not 100% sure about what's going on. Now, when the APR is like, I want to say high 4 digits to 10,000% or more, then you would be yeah, you should be suspicious. But it will be okay if people put in a little bit of money and that APR drops like a rock. Then it actually is probably okay, at least at that moment, simply because, all right, later, supremacist. Yeah, I gotta go soon after this too. Then that's actually okay because the mechanism is actually working as intended. The more people that join the pool and provide liquidity, the lower the APR is supposed to be. And when a lot of people come in, the APR tanks, right? We look at bfee.finance. I think that's the site, yeah. Let's just do Binance Chain because that's what we're doing. Sort by APY. Right? There's just not a lot of people doing these liquidity pools. But I bet if like $1 million went in each of these, right, then the APR would actually go down. Deposits have been paused. Oh yeah, that's the Iron Finance guys. Well, that's why it got paused. So you can ignore that. Oh, well, that's wonderful. So yeah, you can even go on Beefy Finance and you can try using this stuff if you want. 373 grand is total value deposit. This one has a little under $1 million. Yeah, I gotta admit, that is some crazy APY. I don't know what this means. This uses Jet Swap. So you have to use a different one. There's Ape Swap. I think I've heard of Ape Swap. There's Merlin. So if you had a bunch of Merlin coins, you can actually get 2,150% APY off of this. Holy shit. Wow. So maybe instead of Merlin pool, maybe we should use Beefy Finance. My God. Really? This would actually be better, because Beefy Finance is actually legit. Even Cryptos RS vouched for it. So, you know, I'm actually going to connect my wallet on Chrome and take a look. Let me take a look. Yeah, that means I didn't have to bother with the liquidity token pool shit. I mean, I could probably convert my cakes into, yeah, the Beefy Finance auto cake function. I think this is automatic. Pays 107%, 107.81% a year. Sort by APY. What? Pancake. Wait, what's going on? I don't see it listed on Chrome. Sort by APY. Okay. So here's Merlin. Okay, you know what? Search by all. There we go. Now I see Merlin. So there's a deposit fee of nothing, and there's a withdrawal fee of 0.1%. You will receive Merl token as a receipt for your deposited Merl assets. This token is needed to withdraw your Merl. Do not trade or transfer Merl to strangers. Withdrawal will result in redeem Merl token for Merl. Okay, so they have some kind of weird convoluted thing here. It probably is legit. I just gotta figure out what the hell this means. And it does not appear to be auto-compounding. Yeah, so believe it or not, if you really want to go high risk, high reward, you can go on Beefy Finance and go with these like couple thousand APYs. Alright? Because if these things were actually scams, you would probably be able to Google it and research it pretty well. Wow, this is really effing good. My God, look at all this money that's being made. Let me see. Let me check these liquidity pools. Okay, so it seems like what Beefy Finance does is they actually create like these sub-tokens of another sub-token, and then you gotta convert it back into the thing that you really want. I mean, I guess you'll still make a crap load of money, but it's obviously extra steps designed to... I mean, I don't want to just say, you know, I'm too lazy, I'll stick with Merlin. Because I do like trying new things, because that's how I, you know, progress in life, trying new things. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it will not. But damn. There's Wings, Binance USD. Okay. I mean, there is a lot of money being deposited into some of these, so obviously it is probably legit. But, I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'll probably just stick with Merlin for now. Oops, I don't want to close all that. Yeah. See, this thing just shot up like 15%. I honestly just do not know what determines these things to go up and down. I am learning the digital number alchemy. I don't know what that is, but that's good. Picked a good time to show up. Unlimited money glitch. Yeah, that's essentially what this is. That's why I'm going to be heavily looking into DeFi and then creating something like this, right? Because Merlin is anonymous. PancakeSwap is anonymous. I wouldn't be surprised if Beefy Finance was also anonymous. So, meaning like we don't actually know who runs this shit. So, and it's pretty obvious why, right? Like you can literally, that's exactly right. This really is a real life unlimited money glitch. Alright, and the governments and central banks don't like that because they're the ones that have access to the unlimited money glitch. You and I are papegos and losers and plebs and peasants. We're not supposed to have access to this shit because then if we did, the international tribal finance banking system would collapse in and of itself. Right? That's why they don't like South America getting into Bitcoin. That's why they don't like Paraguay and El Salvador getting into Bitcoin. Now that that Mexican billionaire is, you know, talking shit about fiat and is going all in on Bitcoin, like, you know, this article here, yeah, the globalists are going to get even more mauled, right? And why, right? Because look at Mike Cernovich, look at Jack Posobiec, look at all these fake right-wing grifter alt-light F words, right? What's the thing that underpins and sustains all of that? money, right? And where does the money come from? Ultimately, the tribe and the central banks. If you threaten that, then their ability to control people, dies with it, right? Because, I mean, maybe I would like to think Mike Cernovich and Jack Posobiec would like to say and do the right thing, but they can't because their handlers like, we're going to cut you off. We're going to make sure you have no more money access to anything. And they're going to be like, well, I mean, we got wife and kids, so I kind of have to go along with it. So I'm going to be the new Jack Poso then. I don't know. It's incredibly, people are going to think you swing the wrong way. So I would just avoid that. If I wanted to be a real asshole, this is what I really would do. Let's go to tests. Alright. Search our trademark database. Let's see what happens if I just type in his name. Wait, I think how do you spell his name? Jack Posobiec. Oh, there's a B in there. Okay. I wouldn't actually trademark his name because there's an actual exemption. Let's see. There are 4. So there are 4 trademarks for this, and they're all registered. I want to avoid scrolling down because this actually lists the address. Because I really wanted to be a real asshole, I would register the trademarks that Jack Posobiec's doing, and then just simply do a trademark infringement on him. Let's see. And he did not do that. Yeah, see, this would be a vulnerability right here. See, in this case, because I'm not famous, I can actually look through this, so because no one would ever hear about this. But if I want to be an asshole, see, there's no search results. I could register the trademark right now, pay $250, register Agent Poso, and then eventually figure out a way to trademark shut down Jack Posobiec. And there's nothing he could do. It would be hilarious. I am not a P-bear. Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Alright. So, man, I can't get over the beefy finance thing. I want to look at that one more time. And I'm sure, I'm sure these other chains are probably also just as good, but I just don't want to deal with the fees. And I'm already learning a bunch of new crap, so I'm like, whatever. Oh, that's right. We can't look at it because I'm not connecting my wallet. All right, whatever. All right, I'm gonna go then. So, yeah. So that's basically the rundown. Depending on your financial situation, I already gave you a pretty good guideline. If you have a lot of money, do auto cake, and then put a little bit into, or a portion of it, into the Merlin liquidity pool here, Binance coin. You'll make really good money doing it. But then if it goes south, you'll still have your auto cake, and that's your safe bet. I'll note down Beefy. Yeah, Beefy Finance is very good. The reason why I'm okay with Merlin is actually because Beefy Finance retweeted Merlin. So, and Cryptos R Us already said nice things about Beefy Finance, and so did Crypto Kid from, the guy on Saturday from Greg Manarino's channel. They all actually said nice things about Beefy Finance. So if that means Beefy is legit, and they think these guys are legit, then they're probably legit, and that's why I'm comfortable using this. All right, so, but yeah, Beefy Finance is actually where you can find even more high APY projects, but the risk is they're going to be like more sketchy, I guess I want to say. But then I guess it can't be that sketchy because people are willing to literally bet several hundreds of thousands of dollars in total in aggregate into these things. Right? I mean, this Merlin pool has 2,150% APY. So, yeah, I mean, this thing is almost 1% a day. So I assume, this APY is here because it assumes that you're compounding once per day. So if you compound once per day, this is actually what your actual real rate of return is. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go watch a YouTube video about it, but I gotta make food. So I'll probably let you guys know about this because I am actually very interested in doing the Merlin pool here, and from the way it looks, this is not auto compound, so you have to manually compound this. But consider you're literally earning 1% a day. I mean, what more can one really ask? What more can one really ask? All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll hopefully have something about Beefy Finance and the Merlin pool, and then I'll let you know. Thing is, I redeposited a little bit of cake into my Merlin auto cake thing here, so I gotta wait another 3 days to wait out this 0.5%. This 0.5% fee is actually a lot of money, right? Because 0.5% of the entire thing. It is really heavy. Yeah, DeFi is gonna change everything. And then, so even if my video game culture war shit just doesn't work, which is impossible because I'll never give up on it. But let's say it's just, for sake of argument, that it fails completely. DeFi will change the world for the better. At the very least, it'll harm the globalists directly. At least until they get smart and start heavily regulating crypto. Which could prove to be, it's going to be a 50-50, but, the cat's already out of the bag with crypto, so we'll just have to see what happens. All right. Okay, that's enough. See you all tomorrow. Watch Bitcoin Cloud World that I did this morning, though I guess I kind of covered everything in that video, just in case you're bored. Oh well, either way, I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and actually I am streaming all week. Yeah, okay. All right, thanks for watching. All right.